Welcome back to another video. I recorded this already and I spent the last hour and a half trying to fix the audio in my editing software. It sounded like I was in a tin can. It sounded like my microphone was on top of a tin can, trash can thing, and I was inside it. I don't know what happened, but all I had to do apparently was restart OBS and it worked fine. I don't know what went wrong, but that was 20 minutes of just my rambly rant. Anyway, today, I'm gonna look at, well, I'm not watching the video. I've watched most of this premiere. It's a premiere, so I don't exactly know where the actual audio clip is, but I have a little rant about crypto banter, and it's to do with leverage trading. I watch this guy sometimes. His name's Sheldon or Shelton. Yeah, I mean, I watch his stuff very rarely. Like every other week, I just catch his premiere or live or whatever. But today, it fueled something in me to make a video because there was something in particular he said, which is I go against completely when it comes to leverage trading. It was actually a few things, but yeah, I'll go just over the main point that just annoyed me, and it's the reason I'm making this is because if someone is subscribed to me and follows my trades, there's more likelihood that you're also subscribed to Crypto Banter having 1 million subs. So I'm making this just to make you aware if those are the cases where you sub to me and you sub to him. So where do I begin? Okay. So he starts to talk about, like I said, I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to go over the gist of it. He starts to talk about, we're in a good position to do trades right now, which is true. I mean, Bitcoin right now, we're looking at 84K right now. So he went on to say from, 84K from 76. So we're coming up. Anyway, he went on to say, this is a good time to trade. We're going up. Now, do a 5x leverage, and it's gonna pay off, right? I agree with that. That's fine. He then goes on to say, right, which I found a bit strange, and I was like, okay, let's just go with it in my head. He then goes on to say, then now with those profits, and now you can compound back in from your existing trade with these profits, you can now because the price is higher, do a 10x. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's risky. I mean, the price has already gone up, so might be a chance more so that the price may come down based on selling. Multiple things to consider here. New buyers want to get out because they bought at this point and then it went down to 76, then they panicked. People just closing their positions of leverage trades as well because they wanted just to get out of the trade. There's so many factors that go into price action, right? So I was thinking to myself, that's risky. A 10x and the price has already gone up. Wouldn't you want to stick with 5x that you're doing and just continue that strategy? It seems more realistic in my mind to do that and less gambly. And then he goes and says, but now after that, now you've made the profits on the 10K, right? Now you've made profits on the 10K, you can now do a 40x because the price has gone higher again. And I'm thinking to myself, am I like, what? What are you do? What advice is this? This guy has 1.16 million subscribers. And as the price goes higher, he's telling people to do 40x. 40x. I mean, his justification is, and probably would be, that the confirmation has been reversed. I mean, that there is confirmation now that the reverse is in and we're trending higher now. That's the trend. That's the pattern now we're in. You could argue that. You could argue that all day. But we had that before. And we also had a significant dump, a correction, right? Yes, it was the post-Trump election inauguration day, Bitcoin strategic reserve, half nothing burger, right? That drop, and then the extra drop from the tariff situation we're going through has been consistent, right? Consistently going down or sideways or a bit up and then a bit down. Um, there are ultimately going to be factors that come into a trend reversal, right? That's going to be rate cuts. That's going to be tariff trade deals coming probably in the next week or two. And then we got rate cuts coming probably June, we're looking at. So you could argue that you could do, more leverage. You could argue that we're in a bullish sentiment again. And I would agree, right? If everyone had that mentality, there would be no liquidations. But the painful truth is that manipulators, exchanges, they are in business with market makers who ultimately bring down the price, bring up the price, they sell, they buy back in, they get more for their money, right? And that ultimately forces liquidations. Forced liquidations based on selling from manipulators. And we've had this all year. For the last 3-4 years, we've had this. Forever in crypto, really, when you think about it. Manipulation all over the shop. It just baffles my mind, right? And it's as someone who is a trader now, not full time yet, but getting there, and I see that advice, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm doing 4 to 5x with no gambling mentality, no approach in my head of I can now do a 40x because the price has gone higher. Like, what is that mentality? What is that strategy? Why would you, you've done 2 to 3 successful trades. You can now do a 40x and risk it all. Yes, you can do a stop loss, but what's the point? Why not just stick with the same strategy of doing a 4 to 5x? Why do a 40x with the risk of just being stopped out? Or worse, you don't put a stop loss on. It just makes zero sense to me. 1.16 million subs. I'm sorry, but to give that advice is so bad. So bad. And I think I paused it about a minute after he mentioned those things. And look, you can already see the clowns coming in. Sheldon, that's his name. I couldn't remember if it was Sheldon or Shelton. So, yeah, I mean, I don't understand that strategy, if it even is one. I don't know, man. Like, is he just creating content because he has to stream every day and say nonsense? Because that to me, and to you hopefully, is nonsense. To say, do a 5x, 10x, and a 40x. Who the fuck does that? Apart from Sheldon here. Hopefully you don't. That's ridiculous. 1.1, I can't get over this. 1 million subscribers. And you're giving garbage advice. Garbage trading advice. I can't believe it. Cannot believe it. So we're at 84k now. What I do, you probably heard me say this before, but my strategy, and it's working for me, it's doing well. And if I was to do this 3 years ago, I'm not even joking. If I learned this 3 years ago, the strategy I use now, that's pretty damn consistent for the last, I don't even know, 7, 8 months. I've been deviating with my different strategies in terms of spot and leverage, right? I've had an allocation and I moved that allocation to a different allocation. It's just been a bit here and there. But I've now got my spot allocation as 100%, and I'm working on building up my leverage trading account in general. So if I was, and I've been applying my same strategy for the last, say, 6 to 8 months. Let's just say that. Now, had I known what I know now 3 years ago, oh my God, I would be a millionaire, because I would be compounding everything based on the strategy that I do. And the strategy I do is have, say, 4 to 5 different centralized exchanges that offer leverage trading, have a portion of my account on each one, and enter a trade based on TA on each account. And if it goes down, I then do another one based on TA where I can long again at 4 to 5x leverage. And then so on, repeat on each exchange, right? So the point is, I'm always 100% of the time going to be in a trade with the potential of making money. And I still have funds on 3 to 4 to 5 other exchanges where I know if the price dips down a bit, I can then get in again and make continuous profits on the way down as it's going up again. So then when it goes back up completely, I'm ultimately in profit, right? But the beauty of all that, the beauty of that strategy, right, is that it's compounding. Each account is compounding. And it's just snowballing more profits. That's the best way to put it. It's just every trade I make now, I see the 1% profit keeps going higher and higher and higher on each trade. That's obviously what compounding is, right? You know that. But when you see it, what I'm saying, it's just such a nice feeling, because you know you've cracked it in your mind, a strategy that works. Oh, but Quality Crypto, we could go down to 60. We could, but it's highly unlikely, right? You've got to take these risks. That's part of the journey. That's part of the system that you build. You know going in at that, there is that risk. But Sheldon here, Mr. Sheldon, who is 40x after a few trades, man, like, fuck you, firstly, for saying that to your million subscribers. Seriously, that is such a fucking piss take to your subscribers to say that. Kindly fuck you. Man, that just pisses me off. Because there's people that don't know much about trading at all that watch this and think, ooh, I could do a 40x. Oh, I could put my $1,000 that I've got spare right now and do a 40x. Oh, do you know what? I'll play it safe actually and do a 25x. Do you see what I mean? This is why liquidations happen. This is why you see liquidations from Watch a Guru saying, or CoinGlass, when you just go on it and you just see, oh, X amount of 500 million liquidations long in the last 24 hours or whatever, right? You see it. And then you wonder where it comes from, and it's probably half of it, when I say half, a portion of it is from this shit. This shitty content right now here. 40x leverage, my ass, fuck off. Oh, I would do a 40x if I had no other choice, literally. I'm just trying to think of a scenario and I can't. If I had a gun to my head, I'd do it, obviously. But there's no trading scenario where I would do it. It's just, when would you do a 40x? I don't see a scenario in that. Just don't do 40x's. You're going to get liquidated sooner or later. If you get lucky, it's just luck. There's no system to it. There's no strategy. There's no thought in it. You're just doing a 40x. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't listen to Sheldon here. Because I know if you listen to me, no one does really. So you're going to listen to this guy who's 1 million subs, right? What do I know? He's got 1 million subs. I know nothing. Alright, so that's the message today. Be safe. Do not trade stupidly over 10x on BTC. 3x on alts. I would, me personally, only do 4 to 5x. But if you want to do 10x, you're hoping rather than planning. I would say 4 to 5x is a strategy where you plan. 10x is hoping. 40x from Sheldon here is just gambling, right? That's gambling. That's just going into the casino. But 10x is like, I can see it going there, but it might not, right? That's how that feels with a 10x. But 4 to 5x, you know the system of your strategy, and you know where the price is heading. So you can afford to do 4 to 5x for the next 7 months or so. And maybe even further beyond that. And then focus on shorting. If we go into the bear market, there's ways around you can do anything and make money in this crypto world. But again, don't do 40x. Don't listen to Sheldon here. Alright, that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.